Hey there, gang. 5 years. 5 years is the typical peak of most artists that you are probably a fan of. Now, 5 years, that's important. I want you to think about this. When I first came to Nashville, Bob Olson said to me, well, you know, all the big artists, they only have like a 5-year peak of when they're like hugely massive, and then everything that came before becomes important to their career, and then everything they do afterwards is jelly. But that 5-year peak is what makes them and what sustains them through the rest of their career. Look at any artist. Look at Bruce Springsteen, Michael Jackson. Bob worked with Michael Jackson. As big as Michael Jackson was and could have been had he lived, he had that 5-year peak, that really big, massive stretch, that 5-year period. Doesn't matter what artist you can think of, they all had it. Even Bowie, as great as Bowie is, he had that 5-year period where then everything he did before, which was still brilliant, became bigger. And then everything after that, he was massive. It was Bowie. It also allowed his family to sell his catalog for hundreds of millions of dollars after he passed. 5 years of a peak. 5 years. So I want you to think about this, because I was reading Uncut Magazine, and this is what reminded me of this. It was Brian Holland wrote a piece about Lamont Dozier, who just passed away, and he was like, yeah, man, that 5-year stretch we had at Motown, man, that was it, and we should have done more, but we had that 5-year stretch, 5 years. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to take out a piece of paper, and I want you to map out your entire career, social media, clever promotion, album releases, videos, everything to come together so that it explodes at a 5-year peak for you. All the knowledge, all the experience that you've learned and gained through the beginning parts of your career, that should all be focused so that you can peak and have a 5-year period where then everything else you've done before becomes even more important, and everything you do after, people will want to put money behind you, and your audience will follow you forward from that, and they'll go back and find your old catalog. That 5-year period, map it out. Map out all your strengths, everything you've learned, all of your knowledge, all of your contacts. Put that together on a piece of paper and make it peak so that you can coordinate and plan to have a 5-year period in your career that will sustain you for the rest of your artistic life.